Have you ever thought about the name Lucifer? It means light bringer, right?
Right.
But somehow it's become synonymous with evil. Today, we're going on a wild ride through this cosmic mystery, exploring a theory that connects Lucifer to the very birth of the universe.
That's right.
It's a fascinating journey that takes us far beyond the traditional biblical narrative.
For sure.
We're using a YouTube video called Eingefugter Text from the channel Beyond Truth as our guide.
Interesting.
And get this, the video claims that Lucifer wasn't always the fallen angel we know. It suggests he began as this incredibly powerful being in a 12-dimensional reality.
Okay.
A realm so complex it's hard to wrap our heads around.
Yeah.
Think of it like this.
Okay.
If our universe is a sheet of paper, this 12-dimensional reality is like an entire library filled with countless sheets representing different universes.
I see.
And Lucifer was basically in charge of illuminating these worlds, keeping the darkness at bay.
So he was like a guardian of sorts.
Exactly.
Interesting.
The video paints a picture of Lucifer as this radiant force, a being of pure light and energy who was responsible for the creation and sustenance of entire galaxies.
That's incredible.
But then something went wrong.
What happened?
Okay, so what happened? Did he just snap one day and decide to become the bad guy?
Not exactly.
Okay.
The theory argues that Lucifer's downfall was a gradual process, fueled by his own pride and ambition.
I see.
You see, as Lucifer basked in his power, he became increasingly self-absorbed. His focus shifted from serving the universe to serving his own ego.
Right.
And as his ego inflated,
Yeah.
his connection to the source of his power,
Right.
which the video calls the absolute,
The absolute. Okay.
began to weaken.
I see.
Think of the absolute as the ultimate power source,
Yep.
like a cosmic battery that fuels all of existence.
Well, like a cosmic battery.
Right.
Got it.
That fuels everything.
It sounds like Lucifer was so busy admiring his own reflection that he forgot to recharge his batteries.
Exactly.
And as his connection to the absolute dwindled, his light started to fade.
Right.
And it wasn't just a metaphorical fading.
No.
The video claims that Lucifer's galaxy, the one he was responsible for illuminating, literally started to dim.
Oh, wow.
His light grew weaker,
Right.
and his world eventually collapsed into the void.
That's heavy.
It's a powerful image, isn't it?
Yeah.
A being of light becoming consumed by darkness, all because of his own unchecked ego.
It really makes you think.
It makes you wonder, how often do we do the same thing?
Totally.
Get so caught up in our own importance that we lose sight of what truly matters.
Yeah.
It's a sobering thought.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes Lucifer's story so compelling.
Right.
So relatable.
You know, it's a reflection of our own human tendencies.
Right,
There's
sure.
struggles we all face
Yeah.
between ego and humility,
Yeah,
between self-service and service to something greater.
absolutely.
But wait, what happened to Lucifer after his world collapsed?
Hmm.
Did he just disappear?
Not quite. This
Okay.
is where the concept of cosmic cycles comes into play.
Cosmic cycles.
Yeah.
Right.
The video mentions the term manvantara.
Manvantara.
Yeah, it's a Sanskrit word that essentially describes a period of cosmic renewal.
I see.
Imagine it as the universe hitting a giant reset button,
Right.
clearing out the old to make way for the new.
A cosmic reset.
Exactly.
So after this cosmic reset,
Right.
what became of our fallen lightbringer? Did he get a second chance?
He did,
Okay.
but it wasn't quite the glorious return you might expect.
Oh.
Instead of being reborn as this powerful, multidimensional being, he found himself as a single, lonely star.
Single lonely star. Yeah.
Wow.
Can you imagine the frustration?
Oh, yeah.
Going from illuminating galaxies to
Yeah.
being a tiny speck in the vastness of space.
That's going to be a major blow to the ego.
It's a humbling experience, to say the least.
For sure.
And yet, even in this diminished state,
Okay.
Lucifer had the opportunity to reconnect with the absolute, to let go of his pride
Yeah.
and gradually restore his power.
So what stopped him? Was he just too stubborn to admit defeat?
You could say that.
Okay.
Instead of accepting his new reality and working with it,
Right.
he became consumed by regret and longing for his lost greatness.
He wanted that power back.
Exactly.
He was clinging to the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He yearned to regain his former power, but his constant striving only pushed him further away from the absolute.
Oh, wow.
It's like he was so fixated on the past
Yeah.
that he couldn't see the potential for growth and healing in the present moment.
It's like getting stuck.
Yeah.
Does that resonate with you at all?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How many times have we clung to past glories,
Right,
to what we've lost,
yeah,
instead of embracing the opportunities right in front of us?
it's like that saying, you can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one.
That's a great analogy.
Right.
And the video actually makes a similar comparison.
Okay.
It talks about people who obsess over gaining superhuman powers, neglecting their everyday lives in pursuit of something extraordinary.
Yeah.
They're so focused on achieving this grand destiny
Right.
that they miss the beauty and potential of the present moment.
So even as a star, Lucifer was making the same mistake.
He was.
He was so focused on getting back to where he was that he missed the path to true restoration. He was trapped in his own ambition.
And as he continued to resist his current reality, his downward spiral continued.
Oh, no.
Instead of radiating light and connecting with other beings, he became isolated and obsessed with reclaiming his power through whatever means necessary. It was like he was trying to force his way back to the top.
Yeah.
And in doing so,
right.
he lost sight of everything else.
So instead of shining brightly, he was burning himself out.
Exactly.
Wow.
The video describes how his star flared,
Oh, wow.
scorched the asteroids around him, and eventually exploded as a supernova.
As a supernova.
Yeah. It's almost as if he believed this would be his rebirth, his ticket back to greatness.
Right.
But it was just another illusion.
Oh, no.
Instead of ascending,
Yeah.
he descended even further.
Further.
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
Becoming a brown dwarf.
A brown dwarf.
A faint, dying ember of his former self.
So he's a brown dwarf now?
He is.
Wow.
It's a long way down from a light bringer.
It is.
But even then, his story isn't over yet.
Oh, really?
No.
There's more.
Yeah, there's more to come.
Can't wait to hear it.
We'll dive into it after the break, so
Okay.
stay tuned.
We'll be right back. It's almost heartbreaking, you know?
Yeah.
To see this being who was once so magnificent
Right.
reduced to a cosmic shadow of his former self.
It is pretty sad.
But what's striking throughout this whole narrative is the emphasis on choice. The video doesn't portray Lucifer as a victim of fate.
Right.
At every stage, he had opportunities to change course, to realign himself with the absolute, with that source of pure light and power.
Exactly.
So you're saying we have agency in all of this.
Yeah.
That we're not just at the mercy of these cosmic forces swirling around us.
I think so.
And those choices, they have consequences, don't they? Even on a cosmic scale.
Yeah.
So even as a brown dwarf,
Right.
Lucifer still hadn't hit rock bottom.
Sadly, no.
There's more.
There's more.
Oh, boy.
He was still clinging to this idea that the universe had wronged him, that he deserved more.
I see.
This resentment, this bitterness toward the absolute
Right.
ultimately led him to the edge of reality itself.
The edge of reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The video calls it the anti-world.
The anti-world.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. The anti-world.
Yeah,
That sounds pretty intense.
it is.
What exactly is it?
Imagine a cosmic recycling plant.
A cosmic recycling plant.
But instead of processing physical waste,
Yeah.
it processes consciousness.
Consciousness.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's a realm where beings become trapped in illusions of power,
Illusions of power.
feeding off negative energy.
So they're trapped.
They're trapped.
Oh, wow.
It's described as a place of darkness,
Okay.
stagnation,
Right.
where hope goes to die.
Wow.
And Lucifer,
Yeah.
consumed by his hatred and thirst for revenge, fell right into its clutches.
It's hard to fathom what that experience must have been like.
Right.
This being who was once all about light,
Yeah.
now submerged in this abyss of darkness.
Total opposite.
It's like the ultimate fall from grace.
It really is.
And what's fascinating is that even in this state of cosmic exile,
Yeah.
Lucifer didn't give up his ambitions.
Right.
He actually found a new purpose, a new enemy to fight.
Interesting.
So instead of battling his own inner demons,
Yeah.
he found new ones to conquer.
Exactly.
So who's he fighting now?
He decided that the
Absolute.
that very source of light he turned away from
Right.
was actually the root of all chaos and destruction.
Oh, wow. So he's fit the script.
He's clipped the script.
Convinced himself that he was the hero
Right.
fighting against a tyrannical force.
It's quite a distortion, isn't it?
Wow. Talk about a distorted worldview.
Yeah.
But how exactly does he plan to wage this cosmic war?
Okay, well...
He's stuck in the anti-world, right?
He is, but according to the video, he discovers a twin star system called Nibiru and Elohim.
Nibiru and Elohim?
Yes.
What are those?
Now, this system is inhabited by beings who are desperately seeking physical immortality.
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 So they're basically like cosmic vampires.
Kind of, yeah.
Clinging to existence.
In a way, yes.
Wow, that's intense.
They've exhausted their own resources and are looking for a way to cheat death.
I see.
And Lucifer,
yeah,
or Satanael, as he now calls himself,
okay,
sees them as potential allies in his war against the absolute.
So he's basically recruiting an army from the cosmic underworld?
Basically.
It's like something straight out of a science fiction epic.
It is pretty epic.
Yeah.
But here's where things take a dark turn.
Oh.
By aligning themselves with Satanael, these beings actually doom their own star system.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
The video suggests that the combination of Satanael's negative energy and the advanced technology of these immortality-seeking beings creates a kind of cosmic overload.
A cosmic overload?
Yeah.
Wow.
Their twin stars collapse.
Oh, no.
Dragging their entire system into the anti-world.
Into the anti-world.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a powerful example of how aligning with darkness can lead to destruction.
That's true.
Even if your intentions seem noble.
It's a reminder that we have to be careful who we align ourselves with.
Absolutely.
Both in our personal lives and on a larger scale.
Yeah.
The wrong alliances can have devastating consequences.
For sure.
So, what happens to Satanael and his new followers after this cosmic implosion?
Well, they end up ruling over this fallen star system.
Okay.
Which becomes Satanael's base of operations.
His base of operations. Yeah. So he's still got it.
He uses the energy of the anti-world to start building his own reality.
His own reality.
Yeah. A structured cosmos separate from the absolute.
Separate from the absolute.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's as if he's trying to become a god in his own right.
Oh, wow.
A creator of a new order.
So we're talking about a whole new pantheon of gods and beings here.
Exactly.
Born from the ashes of a fallen star system.
And according to the video, this isn't just some far-off cosmic event. It's happening right here in our own solar system.
Our solar system.
Wow. It even ties into the biblical narrative of God and Satan.
God and Satan.
A good versus evil.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that Yahweh, the God of the Bible, is part of this cosmic drama?
That's what the video suggests.
Okay.
It claims that Yahweh was one of the rulers of Nibiru.
A ruler of Nibiru.
And that Satanael was actually working under him.
Under Yahweh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Secretly plotting to usurp his power.
So this battle between God and Satan, the forces of light and darkness, it's all part of this larger cosmic conflict.
That's what it's suggesting.
It's like those ancient myths and stories we've heard are actually reflections of real events happening on a scale we can barely comprehend.
It really is mind-boggling.
It is.
The video makes a compelling case for that interpretation.
It does.
And what's even more mind-boggling is the idea that the scriptures we know, the stories that have shaped religious beliefs for centuries, may have been distorted, manipulated to serve the agendas of these cosmic players.
Now that's a thought-provoking idea.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder how much of what we believe is actually true. And how much of it has been filtered through the lens of these cosmic power struggles?
That's a good question.
But what about Lucifer?
Yeah.
Where does he fit into all of this?
Even as Satanael is scheming and waging war, he still sees himself as the light bringer.
Still the light bringer.
One destined to bring order to the chaos.
Interesting.
He starts spreading his ideas to select priests on Earth.
To priests on Earth.
Forming a secret priesthood that worships him as Lucifer.
A secret priesthood?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is where the concept of Luciferian doctrine comes in.
Luciferian doctrine.
Right.
Okay, so what are the core beliefs of this Luciferian doctrine?
Right.
What sets it apart from other spiritual traditions?
At its core, Luciferian doctrine rejects the traditional concept of God as the absolute.
Okay.
Luciferians see Lucifer as the true sovereign.
The true sovereign instead of God.
Right. The one who's fighting against the forces of chaos.
Okay.
They believe that a select few, those who align themselves with Lucifer, are destined to become architects of a new reality.
Wow. So they're like the chosen ones.
It's a very elitist, hierarchical ideology.
It sounds pretty intense.
It is.
Especially considering the whole merging with the anti-world thing.
That's where the video's warning comes in.
That warning.
It suggests that Lucifer's ultimate goal is to merge the universe and the anti-world.
To merge them.
To essentially subject all of creation to his will.
Wow.
And he plans to achieve this by provoking destruction.
Provoking destruction.
By feeding the vortex of the anti-world with negative energy.
So everything we've been talking about,
yeah,
all the wars,
right.
the suffering, the manipulation,
right.
It's all part of Lucifer's grand plan.
It seems that way.
That's a pretty dark thought, isn't it?
It is.
So what can we do?
And what makes it even more chilling is the idea that anyone, even those who see themselves as good and righteous,
oh, wow,
can be drawn into this web of manipulation.
So even good people can be tricked.
Exactly.
Wow.
The video warns that those who seek power and control, those who believe themselves to be chosen or superior, are particularly susceptible to Lucifer's influence.
So it's not just about some cosmic battle between good and evil.
Right.
It's about the choices we make every day, the beliefs we hold.
Exactly.
And how those choices and beliefs can align us with forces we might not fully understand.
Powerful message.
It's a sobering thought,
yeah,
but also an empowering one.
I think so too.
We have the power to choose which path we want to walk.
Absolutely.
This is heavy stuff.
It is.
We're talking about cosmic battles,
right,
fallen angels, and a shadowy realm called the anti-world.
For sure.
But let's bring it back down to Earth for a minute.
Okay.
What does all this mean for us regular folks just trying to live our lives?
Right.
Are we just pawns in this grand cosmic game?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And while this video doesn't offer any simple solutions, it does highlight the importance of our choices.
Our choices.
Yeah.
So you're saying we have agency in all of this?
I think so.
That we're not just at the mercy of these cosmic forces swirling around us. So how much control do we really have?
We have the power to choose which path we want to walk.
Okay.
To decide what we believe and how we act.
But how do we know which path to choose?
The video emphasizes the importance of aligning ourselves with the true source of light.
Okay.
With that absolutely we were talking about earlier.
But how do we do that? I mean, it's not like there's a cosmic GPS that says turn left at the next supernova to reach enlightenment.
Right, right.
So how do we find our way?
That's where self-awareness comes in.
Self-awareness.
We need to examine our motivation.
Okay.
Our desires.
Right.
Our fears.
I see.
Are we seeking power for its own sake?
Okay.
Or are we seeking to serve something greater?
I see.
Are we clinging to illusions of control? Or are we open to surrendering to a higher purpose?
Those are tough questions.
They are.
But they're essential for navigating this complex spiritual landscape.
I agree.
It's almost like this whole Luciferian theory is a mirror reflecting back our own human tendencies toward pride, ambition, and the desire for control.
Exactly.
It really makes you think about your own life.
It does.
And that's what makes this deep dive so compelling.
Right.
It's not just about some abstract cosmic battle.
No.
It's about the choices we make every single day, the beliefs we hold, and the impact those have on our own lives and the world around us.
For sure.
So, as we wrap up,
what
are some key takeaways from all this?
For me, it's a reminder that the pursuit of power, even in the name of light, can be a slippery slope.
How so?
The video makes it clear that Lucifer's initial desire to bring order to chaos wasn't inherently bad. But his pride, his need for control, ultimately corrupted that noble intention.
I see.
It's a cautionary tale for all of us, especially those who see themselves as leaders, as beacons of light.
We've all got a little bit of Lucifer in us, right?
I think so.
That yearning for recognition, that desire to shape the world in our own image.
It's part of the human experience.
So how do we keep that in check?
But the challenge is to channel that energy in a positive direction. To serve something greater than ourselves.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the enigma of Lucifer, what's one thought you'd like to leave our listener with?
Remember, you have the power to choose.
To choose.
You can choose to feed the cycle of chaos and destruction. Or you can choose to be a source of light. Of healing, of connection.
That's powerful.
The choice is yours.
That's a powerful message to end on.
Yeah, I think so too.
Thanks for taking us on this wild ride through cosmic history and philosophy.
It's been my pleasure.
And to our listener, we hope this deep dive has sparked some new thoughts and questions about the nature of good and evil, light and darkness, and the choices we make every day.
Absolutely.
If Lucifer represents the seductive allure of control and dominion over chaos, what does that say about our pursuit of power and order in the world?
It's definitely something to think about.
Something to ponder, isn't it?
It is.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next Deep Dive.
See you then.